Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Kaylee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about when to drop a class and when it's appropriate, when you should do it, and why. Nobody likes to be a quitter and no one likes a quitter, but unfortunately sometimes it's the best thing for you is to drop a class. So I'm going to be sharing my two experiences dropping a class at separate times, so classes, and I will tell you the pros and cons of doing it and also just give you some broad range ideas on whether or not you should drop a class. The first class that I ever dropped was computer science. I was on a high, so to speak. I got 4.0 in other couple of science classes that I took that I didn't have any experience taking before. So I thought I could do it. It's something interesting that I would like to know. I want to know more about technology that's coming up and just be more knowledgeable about buying computers, everything digital. So I thought that that would be a good start. It said Intro to Computer Science, so I thought introduction. There was no prerequisites, so I went for it. And this is something that's commonly happened to me in classes that I've dropped, these two classes in particular. I'll get the syllabus and on the first day of class, I'll just get that kind of like rotten feeling, I guess, that you'll see what is expected of you, and if you know right away that maybe you won't be able to meet those expectations, or maybe it will take a lot more effort than other people to meet those expectations, so you'll have to compensate by studying 10 times more than the other students that have previous knowledge in that class, you might want to go with your gut and not take that class. So I stuck it out for about 2 weeks because you have a window where you can test out the class. And we got to the point where we were making this project where we learned about circuits and things like that, and we had to design and like catching and fetching of programs, things like that. And then we were getting into programming, and I was on shaky ground the entire time. I didn't know whether or not I was getting the information properly, and for me, and I think this is common with a lot of students, is you study until you feel like you're comfortable with what you've learned and you have a grasp of what's going on. And I did not. So I got to the point where I was in a project where I had to theoretically build this robot that could go all different directions using circuits, and I was just way over my head in it. I asked other people in the class because we had partners if they knew what was going on, and they didn't know. So I just did not want to let this bring down my GPA at all, because unfortunately it'd be nice to be able to take classes and just be able to get the experience or some knowledge that you hadn't previously had. But this isn't a perfect world. We all need our GPAs to move forward in our academic careers, and that's not going to happen if we fail a class that we wanted to challenge ourselves with. So I dropped the class. So that's the first one. The second one is the most recent one, which I just dropped, and it inspired me to make this video. I take a lot of history classes, so I decided I wanted to learn about the Soviet Union. And because it's something that I haven't had a lot of experience in again, which is also maybe not the best, but I'd taken previous history classes before, so I thought that it would be alright. But the first day of class, we had our prof was somebody who was a native of the Soviet Union, and unfortunately it was really hard for me to understand through his thick accent what he was saying. So, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, I just literally, it was so difficult for me to take notes and to listen to what I needed to take down, and also the grammar wasn't 110% great. So I had a bad feeling right from the start, let's just say that. I went to a couple more classes, and I realized that the workload for something, like we had an essay that was only worth 10%, and I was taking time away from all my other classes just to do enough reading so that I felt comfortable to do this project, and I felt like no matter how hard I tried, I could still only get a B. I would never get what I need to get. So I just, especially when that diverts from my other classes, it's just not worth it. So that's a broad point that I wanted to make, is if this class is so stressful and taking time away from your other classes that overall your whole GPA will go down, it's not a good class to take, and you're better off dropping the class. So that's my number one reason to drop a class is GPA reasons. Second of all is if it's just making you so stressed out. You might be able to get a good grade in it, but if it's making you so stressed that you're not taking care of your health, you're not doing the things that you love, you don't have time to do anything extra outside of class, just don't take it. Take some time for yourself. There's no reason for you to sack yourself so full that you might crack, and that would be so unfortunate if you had a breakdown or something like that. So another reason is don't compare yourself to others. So if some people are taking 5 classes, which is considered normal to get your 4-year bachelor, then good on them. But for somebody like me, I need to take 3, maybe even less classes because I like to do things outside of school and I need to work to earn money. So I think just keep your plate manageable and your grades won't suffer, you won't suffer, and overall everyone's happier. So I'm out of breath. But yeah, so that's my video on when to drop a class. I hope this has helped maybe de-stress you, maybe pushed you to make that choice to do something good for yourself, because that's great. Just make sure that you weigh the pros and cons, and if it's just too many cons, don't do it. And make sure that you check the times for where you can drop and get a refund. I got full refund because I was aware that if I didn't feel comfortable enough by this date, then to drop it. So yeah, I'm not really sure how the withdrawal thing works, so I wanted to include that, but I'm still unclear as if withdrawals tarnish your record or not. So let me know in the comments, because that'd be something that I would like to know. So yeah, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Kaylee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you the story of how I got fired. So these storytime videos are quite popular, and I have a few more if you're into some juicy gossip about my life and my stupid moves throughout it. This one is about how I got fired. So I was 19 years old, working at a restaurant.